So what's up, everybody? I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about an interesting show that I'm probably late to called Landman with Billy Bob Thornton, right? And particularly, I want to talk about the character Ainsley, okay? Now, in my last video, it was about how going into 2030, one of the biggest things that especially women need to focus on is their physical health. So they need to be in the gym, constantly, right? And I started watching this show, Landman, right? And you're introduced to the daughter and the mother. And at first, they're kind of annoying because they're like ditzy blondes and, they're like trophy wives and like trophy daughters. The typical, East Texas type of thing going on there, right? And it comes off as kind of annoying at first. But then you see the genius a little bit later, right? Because there's a scene where Ainsley, the daughter, is like in the back of a truck with like this football guy, because that's what she's into. She's into football guys. And she tells this guy, she says, I'm marrying a quarterback. This is what she tells him as she's all over him trying to do stuff with him. She's like, I'm going to marry a quarterback. And I thought that was so interesting because once I noticed the dynamic between her and her mom, I realized that, the mom is grooming her. And every scene that Ainsley is in, she's always in a bikini. She's always next to the pool. She's always with her mom, going to the gym, doing spin class, doing yoga, doing some type of stretching, doing some type of sexiness, some type of being sexy, doing something sexy. She's always doing that in the show. And so I told myself, I'm all like, what is the point of these characters? And then it dawned on me, like, this goes along with my theory from my very first video called When Did the BBL Craze Start? And growing up, and I'm going to switch gears a little bit here. Growing up, I noticed this working with a lot of cheerleaders in high school. All 4 years, I had to run the student store. So I had to work with the cheerleaders, the volleyball girls, and all of these different type of girls or whatever. And I noticed, excuse me, that they present themselves, or they purposely downplay how intelligent they are, because they know, like, that's a superpower for them. So a lot of times black women love telling you their accomplishments and love like overpowering you and telling you how much more money they make than you and how better they are than you. Whereas like cheerleaders and those type of girls that grow up in those environments with football dads and sports parents and stuff like that, they kind of understand that, hey, I need to have a bubbly attitude. Like that's how my mom got my husband. She was a cheerleader. She has a bubbly attitude. She knows about sports injuries. So when, she goes to all of his football games and stuff. That's why white women are always at the NFL drafts. And people are like, well, how come they always get a white girl? Because this goes back to to when they're born. A lot of these girls, their dads are landmen. They work in the oil, especially where I'm from in Kern County. A lot of guys work in the oil fields. Roughnecks. You know what I'm saying? Either that or their dads used to play football and their moms used to be cheerleaders. Okay? Their moms wasn't crackheads and stupid shit like that goes on in the black families and stuff. And fat bitches and stuff. No. Their moms were cheerleaders when they were younger. They were following their dads around. Their dads were the head of the football team. And they were following their dads around to all the games and making sure that he got all of his Gatorade and making sure. That's why white women end up at the NFL draft. This starts in damn near middle school, elementary. These girls they're on the cheerleading team. They're making sure that they're picking the guy, the football guy that they like, that got the potential, and they're all over it. They're all over. That's the reason why the head cheerleader is always with the head football guy or the head football quarterback, because those type of women know what they want. They know how to get them. They're not going up to these men trying to outshine them by saying, well, I'm a cheerleader and I won more tournaments than you, and da 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 da. They know not to do that. They know they got to keep it bubbly. They got to, oh, are you hurt? You want me to rub your shoulder? Oh, you need me to help you? Because they know if the men go to the NFL and they get to be the NFL wife, they get to get the NFL life. So those women are smart. So anyway, back to this girl Ainsley, right? So once I noticed the genius of her character, I wanted to make this video saying that, hey, I want to reinforce what I said in my last video, that going forward, you don't need to be teaching your daughter about careers. You don't need to be teaching your daughter about, oh, you can be anything. I would advise you to be doing everything that Ainsley is doing in this show. They kind of make it over the top, but in general, watch her. Because whoever's writing that part of the show is very smart. She sees that her dad is a roughneck. He makes a lot of money in the oil fields. She likes football guys. She knows football guys make a lot of money. Her mom is a trophy wife, so she knows her mom doesn't have to work and she's always hanging out by the pool. So she wants that lifestyle too. And she knows she's not going to get that lifestyle if she sits around and becomes fat. She's not going to get that lifestyle if she becomes this overbearing, I'm better than all the men and men can't tell me what to. No, you need to be in the back of somebody's truck telling him, hey, I'm going to take care of you. You play football and then I'm going to be, you need to be talking like that to a man, because corporate America is not going to want you. Corporate America is not going to want you any longer going forward with AI. So what is your next options going to be? Either prostitution or marriage. So you're going to have to get in shape. So anyway, if you look at my original video, when did the BBL craze start? I mentioned Kris Kardashian looking very young for her age. And just recently, it looks like she got another surgery to where now she looks even younger. So I think she's about 72 now. And she looks to be about, she looks like she can pass for a good 50, 56, 53 or something. Okay? Why do you think she's risking her life for all of the Botox and the surgeries and all of that? Because she knows that if she wants to have access to these men who have a little more money, and she wants to still have guys talking to her, she's going to have to maintain a youthful look. If you look at women like Drea Michelle, Brittany Renner, all of these girls, ask yourself, how come all of these ex-strippers and thoughts can get these athletes and you regular women can't? Because they're actually working on their body, because they know being a sexual creature is how you get these men. Not talking to them about, oh, well, I don't want to have sex on the first date. No. Drea Michelle, Brittany Renner, they say what you want about turning the hoe into the housewife or whatever, but men with money, that's all they want. They just want a sexual being. They don't want a woman around them talking about, I'm going to make you a better man. No, we just want to, when I get home from football, I want a chick that's down to do freaky stuff. Okay? What's the girl's name? Selena Powell. Kat Stacks. All of these girls that people make fun of, like, she's such a, why are celebrities still falling for her? Why are celebrities? Because these women understand, they come into the game just like Ainsley. She comes into the game knowing that her bargaining chip is sexuality, nothing else. We don't care about your education. We don't care about none of that stuff. Are you pretty? And are you down to have sex? That's the reason why on Instagram, every chick that's an Instagram model always wears the same, fishnet, whatever, with the bikini underneath it, and they're going to dinner or they're walking around hotel. Why do you think they're dressed like that? They know that, hey, if I want to get with a man with money, one of these richer guys, I have to present myself as a sexual creature, not as some high class and you gotta treat me nice because I got a degree and I'm not having sex on the first date. That's not how that works. That's not how that works. In fact, a lot of people made fun of Jeff Bezos because he kind of went against the grain. People said he got all that money. Why would he get with an older woman? And what you guys aren't understanding about him getting with the older woman is that he was smart doing that. Because now she's old and freaky. If you notice, every time they're going out, she's always in some sheer top. She's like 60, but she got a boob job. You could tell that's the type of woman that wakes up and she wants to feel young. So she's gonna perform certain acts just to make herself feel young. Okay? Whereas the young girl's gonna play all of these little young girl games, try to take the money, try to get divorced, and that old, listen, whatever that girl's name is, that old woman, I bet you every morning Jeff Bezos wakes up, they doing freaky stuff. Now, go and look at Mackenzie, his ex-wife. What is she doing? She's trying to give away all of her money. You want to know why? She's not a sex object. So she's never going to be able to get a man of Jeff Bezos' status again. So she's trying to get rid of her money to lower her down to just a regular chick status so that, you get what I'm saying? She's not a sex object. That's the reason why her husband left. When Jeff Bezos starts seeing them checks roll in, and he start coming in and saying, hey, you know, I like let me put a little thumb in your butt tonight. Not tonight. I'm not in the mood. Mackenzie said that one too many times. And so she got left. And so now he's with a older woman, but she's very bimbo-ish. She got the lip fillers. She got the boob job. So you can tell that she spends a lot of time, probably just like Kris Jenner, doing a lot of sex stuff. You know what I mean? Especially to keep Jeff around. Especially knowing that Jeff can have any. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if she's into if they're into like that swinging lifestyle type thing where they get young girls to come over and they have threesomes and stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if she's just old and freaky now. Same with Madonna. Same with Cher. Just old and freaky. If you notice now, they're damn near sugar mamas. Okay? Because at the end of the day, if you don't make yourself a sex object for a man, you're not going to have one, especially the higher value that you go. That's the reason why regular girls can be out of shape. Regular girls can be dumpy and have a fupa and have cankles and stuff. Like regular girls can do that, okay? But you'll notice that whenever they feel like they can get close to a Chris Brown or something, all of a sudden they want a mommy makeover. I gotta get my tummy tucked. Or after they have their first baby and they realize, oh, I lost my ass or whatever. Oh, I gotta go get a mommy makeover, because they start realizing that, holy shit, my value just went down because now I'm a fat bitch. So anyway, I'm just rambling at this point, but I suggest everybody go and watch this show. It's called Landman, and pay attention to the wife and the daughter. All the other characters are interesting too, but specifically the wife and the daughter are the most interesting to me, because I feel like that dynamic of mother and daughter needs to be captured, and other races like black women need to adopt that. Take your daughter to, every morning you should be taking your daughter on a run, taking your daughter to the gym. You know what I mean? Helping your daughter with her makeup. Don't just be sitting around letting her become a big girl. Same with you as a woman. If you're a wife and you have a husband and he's a good man and he's taking care of you, go to the gym. There's no reason why he has to come home to a woman who's overweight. And, you know, like, start showing enthusiasm to your man and all of that stuff. Anyway, I hope you guys go check out that TV show called Landman. Tell me what you think in the comments. This was just a real quick video. I haven't did a video in a while. I ain't gonna do much editing on this. I'm just gonna post it. Have a good one.